And so we have a vested interest, and we feel like we have a voting interest. And so each member knows that they have a say in the direction that we go and what we do.
You know, like Jennifer said, we're all volunteers. But we made sure that those over 100 members, they all had a voice and they all helped us, that we were all in it together. And we're so excited that last year was one of our best years.
Looking for real stories of real people making a difference in the Grand Canyon State? Welcome to Finding Arizona podcast. We sit down with Arizona's inspiring entrepreneurs, creatives, and community leaders and give you a front row seat to their journeys, passions, and projects. Whether you're a local trying to find a hidden gem or just enjoy watching someone chase their dreams, Finding Arizona is your go-to place for authentic conversations with a desert twist. New episodes drop weekly, so hit subscribe and start exploring Arizona one story at a time. Welcome back, everybody, to the Finding Arizona podcast. I'm your host, Jose. Every week, we bring in very special guests, and today's no different. I want to introduce these wonderful, really great guests who are going to be talking to us about Valley Bloom, because we're talking about something that's very important, which is community, and we're all here building it in the Valley. And because we're talking about our neighbors and helping our neighbors, and we're also talking about what happens when the communities decides no one should face their hardest moments alone. Valley Bloom is a Chandler-based nonprofit that is doing something truly remarkable, transforming the lives of children and adults through community programs that remove real barriers and create real opportunities. And here's the part of the story that I find especially brilliant. A significant portion of their mission is funded through a volunteer-operated thrift shop. Every single purchase someone makes at the store goes directly back into serving people in need right here in the Valley. Joining us today to share Valley Bloom's story are two people who are closest to the mission, Ibis and Jennifer, who are here as spokespeople for the organization. Together, they are going to take us inside the work, the people, the vision behind one of the East Valley's most impactful nonprofits. Ibis and Jennifer, welcome to Finding Arizona podcast.
Well, thank you, Jose.
Of
Good
course.
morning.
We're happy to be here.
I'm very excited because we were talking a little bit off air. You guys have a very long-standing relationship, and I want to get into that. But before we get into that, I want to now ask you, give us a little bit of the origin story. I know that each of these nonprofits has one and kind of comes and stems from a foundational thing. So can you give us a little bit of that, what you know specifically about how this got started and what broke the camel's back for someone to want to build this?
I would love to address that.
Okay.
I love to talk about our mission and what we do.
Yeah.
Starting back about 36 years ago, a group of women felt the need and saw the need in their community, which was in the East Valley, that they felt like they needed to start providing clothes for as many children as they could. And so our early roots began with a group of women that were delivering clothes out of the back of the trunk of their car.
Yeah.
And they were just doing the little that they could do to help. And that evolved into, in 1995, they joined a national organization called National Assistance League.
Okay.
And from that start, we opened up a very small, well, not me, I wasn't there then, but they opened up a very small thrift shop in the East Valley, and we started using that revenue to provide for our programs. And then it grew.
Yeah.
We went to our landlord, who is a wonderful sponsor and patron of us, Mr. Pollock. And he was able to help us move into a beautiful square footage space.
These women did such a wonderful job providing for the community and starting something that is so foundationally just an incredible undertaking, because giving back is an undertaking in itself. But what I would love to just kind of quickly ask you about is, because you have such a connection to these past women, is like, was your mom associated? Was it someone close to you that was like that you know this history, or that just something that you found passionately about?
A lot of the early members were in education.
Oh,
They were
okay.
teachers,
Oh,
and I also was a teacher.
okay.
And so when you work so closely with children for that many years and see them grow up and evolve and the different challenges that they face, that when we had early retirement was offered, and I pursued some other things, but my heart just kept being pulled back by a lot of teacher friends that were already part of it was called Assistance League of East Valley.
Yeah, I was reading about that.
And that's what drew me. That's what drew me in.
Yeah.
And that was my beginning. And Ibis and I have been friends for many, many years.
Yes.
And we have our own little group that we started with. And we were the kind of friends that we knew that if we didn't do something on a regular basis, we would lose touch. So we meet every month. And we've been doing it for over 50 years.
Oh, amazing.
So
I want to get you involved here for a second, because I'm just kind of curious from your standpoint where your history comes in and how much this is meant to you and your own family.
Right. I was not a teacher.
Okay.
I worked in human resources, so I've always been involved with people and interested in the human side of things. Yeah. And even when I was working, Jennifer and I, because we've been friends for so long, Jennifer said, "Hey, Ibis, why don't you come and look at this organization that we have in the East Valley and see what you think?" You know. So my job, I had some free time, so I came and I saw what we do and involved with the kids, and I thought, I could do this. I could do this. I like this. The other advantage that I had too is that I'm actually from Cuba, so I speak Spanish very well.
Oh, okay.
And a lot of our families and a lot of the children, they feel more comfortable, especially the parents, speaking in Spanish. So that was fun. It was fun for me because, it keeps my original language going.
Yeah.
So
it's a connection point.
It's a connection. Yes. And they feel so comfortable, when they say, you speak Spanish. And I said, yeah. And I said, okay.
Awesome. Amazing. Well, again, I really appreciate you guys giving us a little bit of your own origin stories to this. It's amazing because I'm always so curious and fascinated with the volunteer aspect of this. And one of the things that I know I had it written down here is that this is one of the most creative funding models I've come across, especially personally, as a volunteer operated thrift shop that directly funds your community programs. Can you walk us through how that works, and how does a purchase from that thrift shop translate into the impact of the neighborhood at need?
We really like the uniqueness of being an all volunteer organization. We do, as we've grown, we've gone from delivering clothes out of the trunk of a car to having an annual budget of over $500,000.
That's amazing.
And we also have over 100 member volunteers. Yes. And part of our way of being invested in it is the fact that we do have a minimal dues that we charge.
Okay.
It's $50 a year. And so we have vested interest. Yeah. And we feel like we have a voting interest. And so each member knows that they have a say in the direction that we go and what we do. And we pulled that into play a little over a year ago when we saw that our organization, the way that we grew, we were growing away from a national organization that was not meeting our needs the way that we felt that we wanted a more direct line with the giving that we were doing. And we wanted total control over that. Yeah. So that when a school had a need of shoes and it wasn't in our guidelines or protocol that we had, we wanted to be able to make that decision on our own.
For sure.
And so that and some other things made us, so we voted for independence. And we became our own organization.
June 1st, 2025.
Okay.
So it's been 1 year.
Valley Bloom was born.
Yes.
We bloomed.
We bloomed.
Yes, exactly. I love that.
Right.
We bloomed.
Right.
And it was kind of still.
It was kind of scary at first too, because like Jennifer said, we're all volunteers. So But we made sure that those over 100 members, they all had a voice and they all helped us, that we were all in it together. And we're so excited that last year was one of our best years in delivering to our programs. And what made it so exciting was the fact that because we didn't have to worry about this national organization telling us what to do. Yeah. We could just go to the community and say, what are your needs today? What is it that you need? You need uniforms? We're there. You need more pants than shirts? Just tell us. Yep. You need shoes and socks? We can be there. So it made us more community oriented, the needs of this community. And we serve the East Valley. I'm sure you know that already.
Yeah, absolutely. Right. But I imagine too, you guys have such an opportunity to grow and want to, the East Valley is very much a prevalent thing for you. And that's why I had in here the volunteer engine with over 12,000 volunteer hours in one fiscal year, which is extraordinary.
Actually, that is not quite right.
Okay.
This last year, it was
more than double.
It was 29,000. 29,000 volunteer hours.
Wow, you guys.
Yeah. Right.
That's...
And we keep track of it on a monthly basis. So.
I love that. Well, I love that.
And we tell people now, don't cheat now.
Yeah. keep us honest.
Keep it honest. And sometimes,
do it.
Right. Sometimes they forget. If anything, it's more hours, not less hours.
Yeah.
Right. Yes.
So my question was going to be, what is it about Valley Bloom that draws people in to keep them showing up for those hours? And what is it what's in the secret sauce?
Well, the first thing is that you get totally pulled in when you see the good that we're doing.
Yeah.
And we have our Valley Bloom students, and then we have our Valley Bloom Cares, two different programs that spread the support that we do throughout the East Valley. And you might want to tell them about the students.
Right. So with the students, there is a need. We have uniform schools. We work with around 24 different schools in all the districts in the East Valley. Okay. Tempe, Chandler, Mesa, Gilbert. And what we do is that we provide uniforms to those students that need the uniform. And we work very closely with the schools liaisons with the schools, and they tell us, we are going to need, 200, we got 200 kids that need uniforms, and these are the different sizes. So we provide the uniforms to those schools. We have some schools that tell us that they don't have uniforms, but the kids need clothing. They need new clothing. Yeah. So we go to a store. We have a close relationship with Target, and the kids come with their parents, and we give them money. We give them $100 to buy school clothes, new clothes. And they can't believe it, that is new clothes.
Oh, yeah.
And you say, what keeps you interested? When you see a little kid that just got a new pair of pants and shirts, and they said, don't put it in the bag, okay? Just give it to me, because I'm going to wear this tomorrow. That's when you see that, thing. It's very impactful. So that's, I think, is the difference between us and other nonprofits, is the fact that you, as a member, we are very close with the people that we impact with our donations and what we do for them. So we're close with the families and the kids.
Yeah.
One of the programs that came from that kind of support is realizing that as the children grow, their needs change.
Oh, absolutely.
But they're still there. Yeah. And we became aware of in the Gilbert and Chandler school districts that the homeless population of teens that are trying to make it through high school, that there was a pocket of them that had needs that were not huge things. A lot of the support that we provide are the basic essentials that just make it more fun to go to school. Yeah. Just providing shoes or backpacks, or knowing that a portion of this last year, we helped over 500 homeless children that were in the Chandler and Gilbert school system. Right. And among those, just the idea that there are probably over 100 of them that are actually, a large portion of them are with families that are homeless, but there is a portion of over 100 that are youth on their own, and they are couch surfing or sleeping in a friend's car, wherever they
Mhm.
find. So to be able to provide them with specific individualized needs that the school is able to call us and let us know
Yeah.
what the needs are. So blankets or backpacks or sleeping bags or
Right. Blow up
or-
mattresses.
or bus
Right.
bus tickets,
Yeah.
Right.
those
That's-
kinds of things. So
It's incredibly so there's two things that I want to address. Is one, I want to get from especially you two in
Mhm.
particular spokespeople is like, was there, I know you can't divulge names or anything, but
Mhm.
I'm more of like the story of it all. Was there
Mhm.
a story or a family or an individual moment
oh,
for
that's
you
fun.
Sure.
that stands out that kind
Right.
of like is ingrained in you for
That's really fun.
yeah.
Yeah.
Because we have a young man right now who is starting his junior year at NAU.
Oh.
And he was part of our homeless teens in Chandler.
Yeah.
And he had a family situation where his parents were in they were in different situations where they could not provide him a home.
Yeah.
He had a couple of younger siblings that he took care of. He got a job at McDonald's, but he didn't want to give up school.
Yeah.
And so he continued to be in school. We supported him with the essentials and things that kept that happening with his bus tickets and things like that. He was able to move up to assistant manager. They loved him at McDonald's, and he's still employed with them.
Yay.
He started in high school, and he's now a third year at NAU. We provided him with a scholarship. Our scholarships are smaller,
Yeah, of course.
but he got the support that he needed for the
Exactly.
full blown.
For the
But we
big one.
provided the scholarship that helped
Right.
him with
Small
his
steps.
books and
Right.
his other things and the essentials that needed to go with that.
Absolutely.
And he's planning on becoming a child psychologist.
Oh,
And he hopes very much that he'll be able to share his story
Yeah.
and be able to help young people too. So,
it's incredible.
and one of our members is still his mentor. We
So good.
usually stop after high school, but she's continued that
Right.
relationship.
I'll just tell you a story that was told to me by one of the other program that we have,
Yeah.
which is the Valley Bloom Cares, that works with agencies in the East Valley, including firehouses and policemen and the police departments, the emergency rooms, and we provide just the bare essentials for families that are in a crisis or children that are in a crisis. And these firemen told me that the story that he tells is that there was a family, their house burned down to the ground.
Yeah.
And he said when he got there, the family was outside. There was a little girl there. And he said the little girl was about 7 years old and she was almost like catatonic.
Mm.
She wouldn't do anything. And he said, we give them bears.
Yeah.
We have these bears that we
Yeah.
give them.
I've heard this.
So he said, I gave them one of your bears. And he said, she grabbed it. And I said to her, and I said, this bear will hold all the love and tears that you want to give it. And he said, all of a sudden, there was a little smile. He said there was a little smile in the little girls. And, I think it's stories like this. We have had clients that come into the shop to shop for us.
Yeah.
And they said, I was one of those recipients of those bears that you guys gave. And I still have it with me.
That's
And he said-
amazing.
yeah. So it's stories like that you hear
Yeah.
that you said, okay, we're doing good.
Yes.
And if you giving back, it's just better than just handing out money.
Exactly. I think from both of your stories, I can take away of like how much you guys individually care about these programs, because again, yours is from one part of the program,
Right.
yours is from another. But essentially, what I take away is like you never know how much a little bit helps.
Exactly.
And so
Yeah.
that is,
Yeah.
you guys are planting seeds for the future, and that's one of my favorite sayings that I've kind of started to tell people about, like what I want to live my life by is communities are built by those who plant trees they know they will never sit underneath the shade of.
Oh, that's lovely.
that's yes.
And so
That's
that's
right.
the type of thing that I want to provide.
Right.
And essentially that's what this conversation is about. I
Mhm.
know that it may seem like an hour of just dialogue, but
Right.
at the same time, that dialogue is vital to you. It's
Mhm.
curiosity for me. It could help an individual who's seeking out help for the future. It could help a provider who's looking to give back. And so I feel like, why not have those conversations? If it does those connection points, then it's important to have this.
Right. And we tell every client that comes into the thrift shop to shop at our thrift shop, we tell them that every dollar that you give us goes back out into the community to help those families and those kids that are in crisis or in need. Yeah. So nobody gets paid here. Nobody gets paid. We're all volunteers, which is kind of unique.
I don't get a raise.
No, you don't get it right now.
Unfortunately.
Yeah. But it's true. And that's unique for nonprofits. Exactly. The fact that we don't have, that we don't have a paid staff. So
I think that one of the things too that I would like to just highlight about our organization is the fact that it is anybody who might be interested in participating with us as either a member volunteer or as a donor or as a community volunteer or just as a shopper, as one of our customers. And we have very loyal customers that come to us, but that it's important to know that we don't have requirements. We have guidelines and we have things that need to be done, but it's very flexible who is going to do it. And so if you want to plunge into it, I'm retired. I'd have lots of hours. My family moved to Utah. Okay. And so unlike my grandchildren are not right here. So I have a lot of flexibility, so I can spend a lot of time. We have a lot of newer members that are younger and that are have families still, but they are able to provide a few hours a week and come in, and they just enjoy the atmosphere of.
And I think it's really funny too that we have one of those members that she has her entire family comes in and helps. Aww. Her husband comes in and steams. Her daughter comes in and cleans shoes, and she's a sophomore now, right, at NAU. Yeah. And so the fact that she said, my whole family, I tell my kids, I say, you don't have nothing to do? Come on with me. Let's go. Yeah. Well, I'll find something for you to do. And they love it. Mm-hmm.
It sets the
it's
tone.
Amazing. Yeah. It's amazing how many kids we get. That sometimes a group of them from high school, because they have clubs where they have to give community hours, they ask us, can we come in as a small group? And sometimes they're sitting there, they're cleaning shoes, and they're just talking away. And then after they get all done, they go shop.
Exactly.
So anybody who's interested and that would like to look into us, there's just something for everybody in any kind of direction. One of the things that I can give a lot of is my time. Mm-hmm. But I can't give a lot of money. Yeah. And someone else who might be in a better financial position might be able to give a little bit more money, but not the time. And so there is a flexibility there that there's a way to be a part of us. And even our shoppers that are thinking about, well, I was going to buy this, but maybe to buy both of them, because that gives us a little bit more to be able to do that. But
I think it's
and like we tell them, we tell them, and if you take it home and you don't like it, then come back to the back door and donate it back.
There you go. There you go. There you go.
It's only $5. Yeah. Come on,
That's it. Well, like we were talking about this off air. It was like, I love this scenario because it's a thing of like, it's reciprocal. It's like you can jump in at any point and kind of ride the ride all the way through.
Exactly.
And so that's something that I'm always intrigued by, because there's not a lot of things that you can do that with. And so this is a program. This is something that you can actually, join in and be a part of in every single scenario.
Right. And that's and our customers are the whole gamut of society. We have people that really need the kind of prices that we're able to mark our things. And we have other people that are looking for that magic of thrifting has become very trendy in some ways.
It's an addiction.
And
I know. I've met a couple of thrift heads that are just really. My wife's kind of one too. She's really joined the group that goes out because I guess Goodwill has like a center where they distribute, and so you can go to the big
before they go
out. So that was just something that popped in my head. It's been a while since she's done it, but I have gone with her to those places. And I'm like, it's a big thing. The thrill of it, finding something. It's amazing.
The thrill of it.
And we take a lot of pride in our thrift shop. It's a big space. We have 19 different departments, which means we have 19 different department leaders that are very invested in how their department looks. It's
something tells me that there's a competition involved with like how much they
my space and yours is not going to intrude on
and
it.
I made $500 last week.
That's so amazing.
And it has all the clothes that come in, we steam them. Yeah. And we go through them to make sure that they're in good shape and put them out for a price that we think is fair. But we also have wonderful donors that have donated some things that are like, we had one gentleman that chose to have us be the benefactor of his wife's hoarding. And it was one of those kinds of stories that you felt your heart just went out to them. But his wife took great joy because she kind of became housebound at a certain point in her life. And her greatest joy was to order things online. And so she
never opened them
from extra small all the way up to double XL. And a lot of them had never been worn, and they were high-end Talbot, White House Black Market, Eileen Fisher, and 52 boxes.
Wow.
U-Haul boxes.
Of them.
Oh, yeah.
That's when the all call goes out and you're like, it's 110.
We need all hands on deck.
We still have some boxes that we haven't even opened because they're winter. They're winter. They're winter stuff. Yeah. But our shop is different because it's very open and large, and everything is by size. And like Jennifer said, we steam everything. All the shoes are clean. Our housewares, you can see the glass, the sun shining through the glass. It's so nice and clean. And so it's kind of unique. They tell us your thrift shop has to be one of the best I've ever been in, we take a lot of pride on that. But I wanted to mention too that a lot of our programs are funded not only by the thrift shop sales, but we also have some great grantors and donors that give us a third of what our programs cost are. And then we have our annual fundraising event, which is a fashion show.
Nice.
And this year is April 3rd, correct? April 3rd. So it's a luncheon, but a fashion show. And we love it, and that brings in the other third. So it's like a third, a third, and a third. Yes.
You guys have this planned out to
so,
a T.
Right.
Well, today, tomorrow, who knows?
Yes.
Right.
Well, again, I go back to, some of the things that I find pride in the fact that you guys have done it here in the Valley and just really given to the community at hand. And so I show appreciation for the fact that there were a group of ladies out there one day that was like, hey, we need to really do our best to make sure that no child is left behind in this kind of scenario. So kudos to everyone involved, and to keep it running for this long is quite an outstanding objective. And you guys have really put a cap on just how functionality this thing is running on. It's like a run well-oiled
We ran
machine.
it even through COVID.
That's the other thing.
How
you
we
guys
make it through COVID.
I think we were closed, 6 weeks? Yeah.
We were closed for 6 weeks only, and then that gave us time to put all the, safety
precautions
in place. And and then
you guys
are open.
And I think about it this way too. It's like you guys are pretty mobile. Like you guys care so much that it's like you guys have the wherewithal to take those 6 weeks. We really put some intent in we're going to keep ourselves.
Well, we wanted to keep everybody safe.
Exactly.
We wanted to keep our members safe, and we wanted to keep our customers safe. So, and we wanted to stay open because we knew if we didn't stay open and we didn't make money, our kids and our families were going to suffer at the end.
Exactly.
The people that we serve.
Exactly.
Right. We already were.
That's a worse outcome than,
And the funny thing about COVID was that we got more donations that we ever thought of because people were not leaving their home. They were cleaning out their closets.
Yeah.
And we have more than we expected.
So that was the thing that I was trying to tell people about, the silver lining in some scenarios.
Exactly.
As scary as it may seem, it's like So my main job, or what I went to school for, was landscape architecture.
Oh, yeah.
And so one of the things that I learned by just listening to the things that I was doing as a, involved career person, was hearing the stories of like, well, have you heard that's like there are dolphins and whales coming back to, the sea of like where they were staying away from because there aren't any boats out, and like tree growth is higher because, there are many things being chopped down, and like people aren't being out. And so there was like these little moments, these little stories that I was just very intrigued by, because it's a hard thing to keep a business running, but when you can, look inward and find what keeps you valued by the community at large, and you can lean in on that and help your community at the same time the community is going to help you back. I think it's just what keeps you alive.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So I got a couple more questions.
Okay.
I want to talk about the because we have entrepreneurs on our show, that our listeners. One question I like to lean on is the entrepreneurial side. So what I have here is what does a meaningful partnership with Valley Bloom actually look like, and what has business community support made possible that wouldn't have happened otherwise?
I think that the first of all, we have a great support from our landlord, Michael Pollack.
Nice.
And he has been a support from the beginning. And I think we have a very close relationship with him. And he is always talking about us because we're unique. He says, what was that statement that he made about the building?
Well, it's been over 20 years that he has been our landlord in one place or another. And he was interviewed recently for a story that we're going to post on our website.
Incredible.
And in that interview, he was talking about his own career. Of course, he's a very, very successful man in the East Valley with his. And one of his quotes was something to the effect of, he said, "I don't want people just to remember me for the buildings that I was able to purchase and sell, but for the lasting legacy of what went on in those buildings." And Valley Bloom is an example of an organization that I'm so proud that I was able to have them
and help us
be our tenant, be one of our tenants, because he has emceed at our fashion show before.
Amazing.
He has supported us with his sponsorship for different things.
Yes.
He's been very generous and good for us.
Right. So that's important. And I think also being involved in community things, like we're involved with the Chandler Chamber of Commerce, and getting out there and talking to other nonprofits and making sure that, if somebody comes to this nonprofit, down the street, make sure that you send them over to our thrift shop. And we kind of like do the same thing for them. So it's just getting out there and making sure that a lot of the businesses around us know who we are and what we do. Last year, we had a food drive around Christmas time that we deliver food to the pantry out in Guadalupe. And we had a gentleman that has a small, right at I can't even remember now the name of that, Aerotech. And he said, "I'll help you guys with that." And he delivered.
He had a contest in his company, and they delivered over 2,000 pounds
of food.
Whoa!
It was.
He had to
overwhelming.
That's amazing.
Truck, and he had like what were the pallets? These pallets of food.
And he said, "Have it all shrink wrapped."
He says, "Now the good news is," he said, "that we will give you all 2,000 pounds of food. The problem is you have to keep the pallets because we can't take
them back.
We don't want them.
We don't want the pallets back." But it's things like that, that you have to make sure that you're involved with the people in your community.
But when you talk about a business, that partnership, I think one of the one of the ones that has worked out successfully for both of us is Target.
Yeah.
Because we have done our dressings there, and we have 11 of those dressings every year.
Wow.
And we go
At
to
different
about
Targets.
5 different
Yeah.
Targets. We spread the wealth.
Mhm.
And when we leave, they have rung up over $10,000 worth of revenue in their
It's
stores.
incredible.
And what they give us is a good space to be able and to allow 100 children
And
plus
parents.
their families to come in. And they provide snacks. Some
Yeah.
of them provide snacks for the
Mhm.
kids
Okay.
that they
Mhm.
have those. Plus, they have to have cashier ready for us, and they help us set up the tables. So it's been quite a good partnership. But I think it
With
works
them.
for both of
Right.
us.
I think so as well.
Yeah.
I think that you
Right.
said everything you needed to say. I think that works really, really well.
Yeah.
I'm kind of looking towards now, just from your standpoint personally, and this was going back to how you guys are involved yourselves, and I would love to understand emotional stakes for you guys. I mean, there is a lot that you guys are taking on from an
Mhm.
emotional standpoint.
Right. Right.
I was like, do you
Yeah.
either one of you have children or
Yeah,
grandchildren?
sure,
And then two, and then like I would love to understand, it's like, how do you take on, this kind of
This
stuff?
kind. Yeah.
And
Well,
balance
I
yourself?
can tell you my own story,
Yeah, of
right?
course.
So I'm from Cuba. I came in as a refugee. When we came, we couldn't bring anything with us, nothing. And I started school. I was a sophomore in high school, and I had to go and shop at basements in churches and thrift shops.
Yeah.
And I never forgotten that. And I never forgotten how kind the people were. We ended up in a small town in Nebraska,
Okay.
Cuba to Nebraska. But
Wow.
I never forgotten how nice those people were to us. Here
Yeah.
we are, a bunch of strangers. We don't speak English,
Yeah.
and they were all there helping us. So when I started getting involved with Valley Bloom, it was my way of giving back. I remember what that was like. I remember what it was like trying to fit in with clothes that, that didn't fit you right, and the shoes didn't fit you right. And you tried to fit in. And it was so when I go and I see these kids coming in with brand new clothes and brand new shoes and how proud they are, is my way of giving back.
Absolutely. I love that story.
Yes.
Is there anything for you that was like, I know, like I'm going from the standpoint of like the emotional stakes here, because again, you guys take on a lot, and I want to know how you guys stay balanced.
I think that it is. I think it's a personal choice to be able to look at things in a way that honors your own balance of life. You can't just devote the whole thing to it, but if you choose to, there's so much that can be done.
Absolutely.
And the reward is in the things that we've shared as far as those kinds of things. But it also is, I also get great pleasure in hanging out with a bunch of people that are so different in so many ways, but have such a common heart
Yes.
that wants to give back.
Yes.
And I really enjoy that. I also enjoy the fact that here I am at a certain age and I still feel valued. I still
Yeah.
feel like what
Right.
I'm doing is making a difference. And to me, that's I can't imagine just, and I don't want to insult anybody, so I have to be careful with my words, but I can imagine just spending time trying to figure out how to fill my time with books or travel or whatever that is. And I love my husband, but there's only so much.
So many hours.
So many hours a day. He's like,
and he's wonderfully supportive of what goes on.
Yeah.
So
But it's so nice to be able to say, okay, I'm going to the thrift shop now. I have to go to work.
and he's like,
Yes.
okay, have fun.
Okay, have fun.
I want to just say, from the standpoint of just an outsider looking at you, you guys will have value forever, because I think that's something, if I could just give you a standing like ovation from my end of like, you guys are incredible. What you guys pulling off on a daily basis, a yearly basis is truly remarkable. So kudos to both of you for just, just being here, like just doing the work. I typically will kind of end our conversation for goal setting, but that's one thing is we're halfway. I want to put some specific context. We are in August and we are halfway through the year. If you can provide us with some numbers that you're looking to hit, or if there's something in the near future that you want to hit, because this is, again, it's a goal set, but it's like, I know nonprofits kind of have a number in mind for themselves. So if you want to provide it to our audience, or if you want to just, just move to like, what if there's something that I missed, that a program that you really want to shout out, now's the time.
I would first of all like to
address.
say, yeah. I first of all like to say that when you talk about balance of what a goal that we're reaching towards is we've kind of we feel like it's important for us to be as stable in our giving as we are in the people who are behind it.
Yeah.
And so our goal is to keep our membership up high enough to be able to handle
Increase the programs.
what we've taken on.
Okay.
And so that's the part that makes it challenging is we need more members. We'd love to have people investigate and come and realize that they don't have to devote their lives to it the way some of us get a little carried away with. And there's a lot of flexibility of the way that you can join us. So that would be the first thing. And then the second thing would be our thrift shop is we'd love to have more of an awareness. We still have people that have said, "Oh, I never noticed you." And we thought, gosh, this pink and green color that we have all over. And
we have this big building that says, Valley Bloom. And they go, "Oh, I thought you were a florist."
Do you live in another city? No, I live about 5 minutes from here.
That's so funny.
Okay. Well,
I go to Alma school all the time.
Yeah. We're open 10 to 5, Wednesday through Saturday.
Okay.
And this coming Monday is a really big deal. I don't know. And Monday I don't know when this is going to.
Either way, I want to get it in the dialogue because, again, I imagine a year from now it might come back around, or if there's another thing that.
Anyway, Monday is National Thrift Shop Day.
Nice.
And so we decided that Mondays are our day. We're not open, but we restock the shelves. So we decided, okay, we're going to go ahead and open this Monday, the 17th, and we're going to be open from 8 to 2. We're going to have our ladies there. They're going to be restocking the racks and stuff, and the members, and then customers can come in and shop, and we have some games for them.
Yes.
We've got
Prices and sales, big sales.
Trying to make it a fun day.
Yeah.
Right.
Well,
Yes.
I definitely need to check this place out because I feel like that's something that I need to be. I love thrift shopping. Like that's my jam too. I like it too.
Well, you can visit our website too, valleybloom.org, and there's all
easy, valleybloom.org.
Yes, it's easy to remember, valleybloom.org, and we have there all of our, all of this. The events that are coming up, and tells you a little bit about us, more in detail about the families that we help, and the numbers, every year is a little bit higher. So when you said our target next year, we want to help. This year we help over 12,000 families and children. Next year we want to go up to 13,000. But at the same time, like Jennifer says, we can't do it. We have to grow our membership. Otherwise, we cannot deliver what we need to deliver to our programs.
And we'll be celebrating in October 24th is our 10-year celebration for being in our current space.
Nice.
And so we're going to have a party. We like parties.
Yes. A 10-year anniversary party.
That's right.
Really good thing to be celebrating.
Yes, right.
And I imagine your landlord's going to be there as well.
So we would
fingers crossed.
Make an appearance.
Yes.
That's amazing.
Yes. He always supports her, like with our fundraiser. He's always there too. And
that's amazing.
Yeah.
Okay, so now is the time. Phone number, emails. This is the promote part. So whoever thinks that they can handle it, go right ahead. Take it.
Okay.
Take it away.
So you can contact us in different ways. Visit 2326 North Alma School Road, Chandler, Arizona, 85224. Our hours are Wednesday through Saturday, 10 to 5 p.m. You can call us 480-792-1600. You can email us, and the email is info@valleybloom.org.
Nice.
And it will go to our thrift shop manager, who is also a retired teacher.
Oh, amazing.
And she's very organized. So if you call, she'll
return.
figure out a way to return.
Sure, yeah.
it
She's got it handled.
And she's also the one that receives those emails. And then you can follow us.
Yes.
We have a presence on Facebook, Valley Bloom, Instagram @Valley Bloom Arizona, AZ, Valley Bloom AZ, and LinkedIn Valley Bloom. And our social media person she's just fantastic. And they just do some fun things and have figured out a way to make us, you see that pink and green color pop up, and you're going to see something fun or heartwarming.
I have to say though, it's like you guys, whoever's doing your social media is really doing a good job.
Yeah.
So I was going to ask that. I was like, I don't know. I don't know if you guys do it. If you do, it's very impressive.
It's not us.
But I was like,
I got into being one where she figured out a way that you kind of made your hands go like this, and then
like
you
magic.
put it like this, and then one of our items that we were selling in the thrift shop appears in your hands.
She did an edit for you, where it like appears in your hand.
Like magical, like something about our thrift shop is magical, and they're like, boop.
I love it. You guys are incredibly I love this energy that comes from both of you. You both are radiating just like nothing else. Mm-hmm. And so the fact that there are two individuals like yourselves who care so much for their own community at large, and also more than that, you care about these children who really do need the help and the families that go along with it. So I appreciate you guys just sharing who you are at Valley Bloom. And so truly, from my heart to yours, thank you guys for being on the show. It means a lot to me because again, I live by that creed that I just told you about. And so when I find a nonprofit organization that kind of follows the same suit, I really want to shout you guys out from the rooftop. So thank you again for being on the show.
Thanks very much.
Thank you. Thank you for having us.
Yeah, we're very grateful.
I really do appreciate it. Before we go, ladies and gentlemen, you can hear our episodes at findingarizonapodcast.com. All of our social media handles, Finding Arizona Podcast under everything. And last but not least, we end all of our conversations with a kisses, hugs, and belly rubs to our four-legged friends. And we will see you all next time. Bye.